So I'm taking a short break from the bike to walk out here and actually talk about some personal things. It's been a while. I apologize for the long delay in making any sort of an update, but I have been really busy with work, traveling quite a bit, which is actually what this update is about. On a recent trip to Bangkok, flipping through the airport lounges and such, I had some thoughts that were not really intended to be shared here on the channel, but I thought maybe some of you would relate to some of the things that I decided to write down. I was in somewhat of a melancholy state with some changes in my life, and just was somewhat introspective, not depressed or anything like that. Hopefully this won't bore you. If so, please just skip to the end or switch on. This is a little bit unorthodox. There's no motorcycle content or camping, anything. It's very, it's more personal. So I'll leave it there, and hopefully you can appreciate what I'm saying, and I would very much love for your thoughts. I think I found this little pleasant spot. You might hear some lapping of some water, but it's a nice little scenic area here. Coffee talk. Doesn't look like coffee, but that's actually a little Starbucks Frappuccino. Here's to you, Carl. You did this. But hey, it's pretty good. It got out of the habit, now back in it. Okay, I'll just let it explain itself. The room blurs and the sound of foreign voices drown as my focus dims to nothing. Just the emptiness of the walls around me and the disturbance of an occasional jet taking off. My thoughts come to me delayed and unfocused. They eventually are coherent enough to write down, but they're simple. I'm almost 55, older than I've ever been. So what are my accomplishments? I ask myself as I sink into a luxury lounge chair here inside Tokyo's airport lounge. It feels odd for a simple guy like myself to be here, but pleasant still. My thoughts continue. Of what am I most proud? Is this iPad charged enough for my next flight? I miss my kids, my dogs and cats. I'd love to be riding my Springfield right now. My thoughts a mix between the nostalgic and a modern and practical. 2 hours to my red eye, the board reads. My mind wanders again. I'm experienced, well-traveled, and even successful by the measures of my youth. But none of the things I'm doing I planned for. Is that success or failure? I didn't get here with any forethought. The things that mattered to me as a boy no longer hold my attention. But I do miss him sometimes. I miss the boy I was, the freedoms I enjoyed when time was no hindrance, and summers lasted forever. There were no expectations, successes, or failures. Just a hammer in hand, armed with a sack of nails and a stack of scrap wood, and the pure joy of the work set before me. My treehouse. I think Papa would have been very proud, or maybe very angry. He wasn't here to object to my grandmother's loving approval of my endless hammering into his apple tree. But I doubt he would have objected. I miss them. I knew my Papa for only the first few years of my life before cancer took its aim. Age has reshaped my thoughts of times shared with my parents, grandparents, and even my sisters. Papa's memory helped shape my work ethic, as did my other grandfather, we called him Daddy Boots, and also my dad. The women in my life gave me art and a love for beautiful things. I miss my musical pursuits of high school and college drum lines and that of being a singer. I genuinely enjoyed them. I pursued greatness, and while a few encouraged, I was never really great. Would I go back? Do it all again? No. But I'm grateful for what I learned there. The tough thing is this: God has given me work that I'm not fit for. And if asked beforehand, I'd have opted out of most of it. To be a good husband, father, entrepreneur, businessman is beyond me. I'm not good at any of them. I'm an imposter, a complete fraud. I hope my kids would disagree, but I'm not sure and won't ask. They would say I've been strict. They don't know I'm motivated by how badly I want them to be authentic and better than I am. I hope they know I love them. I do tell them. My oldest have left the nest, and I wish I could have just a little bit more time. Have I taught them enough? I don't know. But that time is now past, as I knew it would. I'll soon be giving them to the young men they've chosen. This is hard. I've spent years chasing success after normal working hours. Could others see my ineptitude? How will I provide for a family of 7? I often wondered. Years later, I came to understand that my doubt looked like boasting to my wife and kids. I exuded confidence when I would have been better to be seen praying for help. I wanted to be seen with all of the answers, a man that cannot fail. But my wife knows me. How long till she finds out I have no idea what I'm doing? And so I pushed more, longer, harder, willing to do the dirty work, since it often paid more. And longer, simply so I could boast to coworkers. And somewhere in my worldly success, my wife began to feel unloved. That too is my fault. I don't give good gifts. I forget what she likes, and I forget holidays. And I fail to tell her I love her still. I find it easy to focus on the unimportant. I do offer flowers sometimes, but it doesn't come easy. It's easier to be a coward in a relationship. I tell myself I'm avoiding drama. My business skills look better on the surface, measurable success, but even these are driven by an uneducated, blunt force will to hit a target I never aimed for. What is success? It seems many on social media can explain it, even teach it. They have all the visible trappings of success. I have some of them. But I have doubts these people know much of it. They have but a louder voice. Is success measured by the quantity of friends we acquire in life? I hope not. If so, I miss the mark badly. But I do have a few quality friends. I love them and need them more than I want to show. I do know this. There are many frauds out there, and you too may be one of them. If so, we each have the other for company. For me, this is where God sprinkles humility into me as seasoning, so I let him lead. I haven't been good at that either. When I'm weak, he is strong, I used to sing in church. I like that line. I'm learning to trust him still. He usually stirs it all up in me, in my mind, and works it out with me while on 2 wheels. That's how he works on me. Today, though, he finds me captive, here questioning who I am to be sitting in this fancy chair. God, thank you for tough lessons, my wife, kids, my work, and yes, thank you for my motorcycles, and my extended motorcycle family. This is my new baby, my Triumph Tiger 1200 Rally Explorer. Has an 8-gallon tank. I mean, bags, Garmin XT2. I mean, it's got everything. It's got everything. I'll talk more about the motorcycle later, but really this is just simply an update for some personal stuff. So we'll talk about that, and I'll hope to be much better about updates in the coming days and weeks.